Hello everyone, welcome back to day 2 of our March Madness campaign. And I really appreciate everyone that is tuning in and wants to know more about epilepsy and the journey and how to better support those with epilepsy. And if you or a loved one has epilepsy, this is a fantastic place to learn a little bit more and find some great resources. And in fact, today we're going to be doing book recommendations for people with epilepsy. And I say for people with epilepsy, but honestly, I recommend these books for anyone because they are just so insightful, they're well written, they are just fantastic books in general. So the age range that I recommend for these books is roughly 12 and up, just because of like level of difficulty. There's no like strong adult content or anything, but it's just like level of difficulty and understanding. And but I will be doing a resources for kids video in a few weeks, and I have some great children's books that I will recommend there. But honestly, like, just read them yourself, and if you think that your kids can handle it or you want to read it with them, like, that's awesome. I recommend these books for just about anyone. So let's get started. The first book I have here is A Mind Unraveled. And A Mind Unraveled is written by a New York Times bestseller, Kurt Eichenwald. And he is a really great author. I love his writing style. I loved his book. He was diagnosed with epilepsy at age 18 while he was in college, and they told him that he wouldn't be successful because of his epilepsy and that like everything was going to be so much harder now. But honestly, it blows me away that people can tell you that, because it's not true. And like, I've had people tell me that because, like, as I said in my last video, that, that school was going to be a lot harder and stuff, but I graduated with my associate's degree. So I think that's a good lesson for anyone to learn, that don't let stigmas or people telling you certain things, don't let that define who you want to be or what you want to do. So yeah, he's a super successful author now. One of his books was made into a movie. So I recommend this book for just about anyone. It's just about his journey of being diagnosed right when he got to college, and just through his young adult years, how he managed it and stuff like that. So it is a fantastic read. All right, the next book I have is The Thing with Feathers. Now, The Thing with Feathers is a fiction book, but it doesn't read, it does read like a fiction book, but it's so realistic because it really just outlines a young girl's journey with epilepsy. She's a junior in high school and she's going to public school the first time, and how she doesn't want to let her epilepsy like control her life and the things she wants to do. And it just kind of shows how epilepsy can affect people very deeply. And so don't let the fact that it's hidden or that people with epilepsy seem normal the rest of the time, don't let that make you feel like, oh, it's just epilepsy. Like, because it can be very, very impactful, and people can stress and worry and get really sick. And so The Thing with Feathers is one of my favorite books. I love it, and it's a definite recommend for anybody. All right, and then the last book I have is actually Trilogy. I have the first one right here, and that's The Children of Eden. So The Children of Eden is a fantasy dystopian novel, and it doesn't focus on epilepsy, but the character's best friend has epilepsy, and I love it because I think it normalizes it. It's like any book you'd read where one of the main characters has a disability, or they have, I don't know, like they're in a wheelchair or they're blind or something. Like, I don't know, it just normalizes it, and it makes you see like, oh, this character has epilepsy. Like, okay. They don't dwell on it. It does come up throughout the series, but it's refreshing to see just a normal teen dystopian novel have a character with epilepsy in it. So I recommend this book in general. It's super, super good. So, but the fact that it has an epilepsy character in it, like, that just like brings joy to my heart, because people are like normalizing it, like 1 in 26 people have it. Like, virtually everybody knows somebody that has epilepsy, whether they realize it or not. So this book really demonstrates that super well. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will be doing a nail art tutorial for epilepsy awareness. So, purple nails. I'm super excited, and I really hope to see all of you tomorrow. So, thank you so much.